So, ooh, I did some damage by books. Like, there's a whole bunch here, but you can't see it, and it's like very hard to like have it all still. But hi everyone, it's Amanda and Kiana, and welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see from the title of this video, we are going to be doing my March book haul. I have so many books. Let's just, I'm gonna have to separate this so we can put this down. All right, so this little section first is the things that I bought from Barnes & Noble. So I bought Where the Drowned Girls Go by Shauna McGuire. This is the 6th book in the series that basically it's a, I want to say it's like a young adult fantasy that a door appears and it leads you to a world. And this one we follow a girl named Cora, and she decides she needs a different direction, of a different fate, a different prophecy, and she somehow gets Miss West to agree to let her transfer to another school, but she will discover then that all doors are good. I love the first like 4, and then I forgot about the series in all honesty, so I cannot wait to dive back into this world. I then picked up The Bone Spindle by Leslie Adair, and this is basically, to me, a Sleeping Beauty retelling, which is one of my favorites book like series. We follow a girl named Thea, who is a book treasure hunter, and then we follow Shane, who is a tough as dirt warrior who likes cracking skulls, pretty girls, and doing things her way. And then we have Briar Rose, who is a prince, so it is a reverse retelling, who is under a sleeping curse waiting for 100 years for the kiss that will wake him. So yeah, it's a gender bent Beauty and the Beast Sleeping Beauty retelling, and I'm very excited. This is one of my anticipated releases for 2022 and might be on my TBR, so spoiler alert. I then bought Pages & Co. Book 2, Lost Fairy Tales. This basically, we follow a girl named Tilly whose entire family can book wander. They can jump into books and be in there. I am currently reading the first book. I'm about halfway through it, and I'm liking it a lot, that I went and I bought the second book. In the first book, she has met so far Alice from Alice Adventure in Wonderland and Anne from Anne of Green Gables. Again, I'm enjoying it very much. Cannot wait to continue on with it. I then bought Amanda Lovelace's latest release, which is Unlock Your Storybook Heart. This is like the second one in her newest like mini series. I love anything Amanda Lovelace writes. I'm slowly trying to read more poetry, so again, sneak preview for my TBR. I then picked up The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Ardeen. This is the book 1 in the Winter Night trilogy, and I'm going to be doing a series. I hopefully will start it in April, of books TikTok and BookTube has made me buy. I don't know much about this. It says winters last most of the year at the edge of this Russian wilderness, and in the long nights, Melissa and her siblings love to gather by the fire to listen to their nurse's fairy tales. Above all, she loves the stories of Frost, the blue-eyed winter demon. Wise Russians fear him, for he claims unwary souls, and they honor the spirits that protect their homes from evil. Then her father brings home a new wife from Moscow. Firstly, though, her stepmother forbids her family from honoring their household spirits, but she fears what this may bring, and indeed misfortune begins to stalk the village. So again, it's very hyped here on BookTube by a lot of people, so hopefully I will enjoy it. These next 4 books I bought for my trip from Barnes & Noble, and I bought Loveless by Alice Oseman. I didn't even know that she came out with a new book, but I love her Nick and Charlie series. I've never read like one of her actual books, so I bought this to try it off, and it was like buy one get one 50% off. So in this one, we follow someone named Georgia who doesn't understand why she can't crush and kiss and make out like so many of her friends do. Everyone seems to be say that dating plus sex equal love. It's not until she gets to college that she discovers the A range of the LGBTQIA+ spectrum, coming to understand herself as asexual / a romantic. Disrupting a narrative she's been told since birth isn't easy. There are many mistakes along the way to inviting people into a newly found articulation of an always known part of your identity, but Georgia is determined to get her life right, and with the help of and despite the major drama of her friends. So again, LGBTIQ+ representation. I can't wait to read this. I then bought Shatter Me, and Shatter Me is another one of the books that, you know, TikTok made me buy. This has been like on the spectrum forever. What I know is that this follows a girl. Okay, her name is Juliet, and it's basically if you touch her, it kills you. Everyone loves like the first couple of books of the Shatter Me series. So again, this is going to be part of like the series BookTok made me buy. I then bought this because I wanted to get more into middle grade and more into graphic novels, and this is Wing Bearer by Marjorie Liu and Tiny Isakahani. And this follows a girl named Zuli, and she's an extraordinary girl. She just doesn't know it yet. Raised by the mystical bird spirits high among the branches of the great tree, she has no idea what awaits her in the world beyond her safe haven. But when a sinister force threatens the life-giving magic of the tree, Zuli must venture out with her guardian owl, Frowley, to get to the root of it. So begins an adventure bigger than anything Zuli could have imagined, one that will bring her face to face with an ancient dragon, a terrifying witch queen, and most surprising of all, her own true identity. So I don't know if this is going to be like a series, but it says from ages 8 to 12. I'm 22. But again, I love middle grade and I love graphic novels. I then bought Crack to Be by Courtney Summers. I read Sadie, I want to say like a year ago, and I absolutely loved it. So I picked up this book, and it is The High Price of Perfection is One Perfect Parker fatally always believed she was willing to pay until the devastating events of a party during junior year fractures the lives of her family and friends. A terrible thing has happened, and only Parker knows it's her fault. If being a perfect daughter, student, friend, and girlfriend couldn't keep her from making an unforgivable mistake, Parker hopes becoming a perfect mess will at least keep her loved ones from discovering the truth until the arrival of a curious new student and the unexpected return of an old enemy threaten her tenuous grip on control. Parker would do anything to keep her secret from surfacing, but this time the cost might be more than she could afford. It's very short. It is 28 chapters long, and it's 224 pages, so it's very short. So hopefully I can get to it. I really love Sadie, so again, I hope I can enjoy this. Okay, the next section is going to be my Albuquerque books. So for February, we got two books. We got this edition of Frankenstein, which I have never actually read. This is the front, and then this is the back. I'm going to be linking both unboxings on the eye. And then we got this edition of Only a Monster, which I really freaking love. I had gotten this also in my Fairy Loot one, which I will also link on the eye, but I personally like this one a lot more. We follow a girl who named, what's her name? Joan. She goes to London with her family, and she finds out her family is monsters, and in order to help them, she has to team up with basically the family that's her enemy and the son who she's supposed to be sworn enemies to and stuff like that. Seems very interesting, so I can't wait to read it. And then for March, I can't wait to read this, is A Forgery of Roses by Jessica S. Olsen. This basically is about a girl, what is her name? Myra, and whatever she paints as a portrait comes life. So if she paints you skinny, you become skinny. If she paints you pregnant, you become pregnant. So the governor's wife hires her to paint a portrait of their son who is dead, who has been killed, so that she can have him back. And while doing that, she finds out so much things that is happening, and she basically has to team up with other sons to figure out who wanted to kill him and why he should stay dead. I cannot wait to read this. I think I might read this actually very, very soon. So yes, very excited for this. And then these two books are just random last books that I bought. I bought The Monsters of Brookhaven by Padraige Kenny, and I got this recommendation from How to Train Your Dragon when he did like, if you like this movie, read this middle grade. And this is basically supposed to be like the Addams Family retelling, and that's all that like you had to tell me. I don't even want to read the synopsis. I love the Addams Family. It's one of my favorite things. So yeah, and then I bought this from Five Below. It's called The Girl and the Goddesses, Stories and Poem of Divine Wisdom by Nikita Gill. And it's just a bunch of poems and short stories, I want to say, about finding your inner peace, your inner goddess. And I love it, yeah. So those are all the books that I bought in the month of March. It is a lot. I don't even know. I'll probably put like somewhere on the screen like how many books it was all together. I'll be leaving here to videos you guys should go check out. I try to post 2-3 times a week. Sometimes that gets in the way, sometimes work and school get in the way, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys very soon with another video. Bye guys.